What's up, gamers and collectors? DGC back with another pickups video. This is most of September and then like early October is what's in this video. So let's jump things off with 4 amiibos that I grabbed. Sorry, there was a bird chirping right out my window. He's been there all year. First time he's gotten trapped into a video, but now's the only time I can record, and that's really all there is to it. So we got Squirtle, Ivysaur, Snake, which I really like that one, and then Link's Awakening Link. I don't even know. I guess it's just Link's Awakening Link is what you would call that one. Let's see here. Games, not a ton. We got, for my birthday, I got 2 games. Let's see here. I got Hey Pikmin. This was $16.99 new at Best Buy, plus the Gamers Club unlocked. So it ended up being, I don't know, 20% off of that. And it was a very good deal for a Pikmin 3DS game, so I figured I'd grab it. I did try it briefly. Decent platformer from what I played. One Wii game here. We got Geometry War Galaxies. Cool shoot 'em up game and holographic cover, so I had to grab that. Then we got 3 PS4 games here. 2 are VR games and 1 is just a regular PS4 game. This is Ghost 1.0, the limited edition. This is a Metroidvania game. This is a spiritual sequel to, I can't remember what the name of the other game was, but it was the same. East Asia Soft released it, but this is something I'm looking forward to playing. I love Metroid games. Then we got 2 VR games here, both from Limited Run. This is Project Lux. I think that this is like a soap opera VR, in the sense that it's like a visual novel is what they call them. Man, that bird is just straight, he's just not having it today. Now, this actually came pretty in the nick of time, really. This is Accounting Plus, the limited edition from Limited Run. I did open it, and I do intend on beating that game probably this weekend, actually, because it's probably not terribly long. So you get this little ghost guy. I don't know anything about the game. I'm assuming he's a big part of the game. Then you get the game. I really like the way that the cover and the back looks. And then I'll show you something else in there. There's a poster. Nothing really cool about that. And then in here, this was kind of cool, I think, or kind of funny. So this is like one of those thin CD cases, and then there's that. And then, so this is like if you were to give someone a mixtape back in like the 90s, if you're old enough to have done that. So this is a blank CD, but then this is like Sharpie on here, but it's not like Limited Run did, like they did that with a machine, so it's like printed on here, so like it's just kind of funny that they went to that length to do something like that. I don't know what relevance that has to the story, but then if you look at the disc, it also has like the Sharpie on there, like that, with the lines. So I just thought that was kind of unique and kind of cool, so good on them for doing something different like that. And like I said, the poster's nothing fancy, so I'm not even going to bother taking that out. Oh yeah, and then there's also a coin in here. Let's see if we can get that. Hopefully you can see that. And then there's the back of that. Alright, there's that. Definitely excited to play that one and the Ghost game. Got some good ones here. We're going to do that one last, and then these 4 next. Alright, so then the other thing I got for my birthday money from my parents was Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. And I didn't realize this till I got home, but the case is like bent, so I'm kind of pissed about that. And the insert is all crinkled up and shit too. So that kind of sucks, but I'm probably about 20 hours deep by the time you're watching this. Loving this game. Fantastic RPG. Really good story. The progression is really good. It's not like you need to grind in the game, but it's not boring. Like some RPGs will get, like you get into a cave and you'll just fight the same 3 enemies over and over and over and over and over again. This is the first Dragon Quest RPG I've played. I've played Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2, which I also really love. But this is the first Dragon Quest game. I want to go back and play them all now, frankly, because they're really good. Or this one is really good, so I assume all the other ones are good. Let me know in the comments below if they are. But the enemy variety is very good, and the grinding is fun. Yeah, there's so many different attacks you can do. The leveling up system is very simplistic, but it's just really good. It is a very fantastic RPG and game. So there's that. And then we got, sorry, I just got off work and I'm like real itchy. I haven't showered yet. Let's see here. We got 99 Vitas, the definitive edition. I had this on PS4. I sold it at Too Many Games. Well, traded it really, because I knew this was coming out. And then I pre-ordered this. I did miss out on the limited edition. I'm pretty pissed at myself for that, because I essentially missed it just because I was looking at another website and like too much time had gone by. I was like on the computer waiting for it and too much time went by, so that's a mistake on me. And then we got one more from Limited Run actually for the Switch here. This is Giga Wrecker Alt. This is the Switch, I guess you can see that, the Switch version. I haven't actually played this yet. This is from Game Freak. It's a platformer. It looks pretty cool. This is kind of an unneeded big box. Like, it's too big for the amount of crap that comes in here. It's a poster, a CD, and the game, and a steelbook, but yet it's like this huge box. It's cool though, and the game does look visually pretty cool, so I'm excited to give that a shot as well at some point. Now this one here, this is from Red Art Games. This is Gekaido Kintaro's Revenge, I guess is how you would say that. So this is supposed to represent like a GBA box with the thing here. This was a GBA game that got ported to current generation. This was made for PS4 and Switch, I believe. And then there's also just a standard edition. I think all of them are still available on redartgames.com if you want to get it. However, we're jumping into a gripe with them. Not once, not twice, but 3 times have they fucked up orders for me. 3 times. That's a little unacceptable. I've only bought from them a few times, and they've now messed up 3 separate orders. I don't know how many people are working over there at that team or company, but it's just that's unacceptable. This one, the insert, like the white cardboard that goes in here to hold everything together, it was just straight smashed right here, straight smashed. This was sent to me from France in a bubble mailer. Like, really? Like, who at that company thought that that would be a genius idea to do some dumbass shit like that? So, you know, it happened to everybody, and then so many people bitched about it that I'm not sure if they're remanufacturing boxes or what they're doing, but they're sending out stuff to everybody for it. So that's good on them that they addressed the issue, but still really just kind of poor planning. And then the other 2 orders, one was they ended up sending me too many games, but then charging me for it. And then the other order, I ordered something and then it double charged me 2 separate orders for 1 game for each. And then it's just like, I'm just constantly always having issues with the people. And I get it that it's a French company, so they, like, in France, so language barrier. I try to factor all that stuff in, but I mean, that's just really unacceptable, in my opinion. You're running a business that ships worldwide, so these issues, like, you should have someone who speaks English working on the, you know, English-speaking orders, right? I mean, that would just make logical sense to me. We got one last game down here, but before we get to that, because that one I'm going to talk about for a few minutes, I did end up finally getting, and I don't remember if I showed this in the last video or not, this is Wii U component cables from HD Retrovision. These were primarily bought for Wii games to be played on a retro TV, and that's pretty much why I bought those. This came in yesterday. Well, I don't know what time you're going to be watching this video, but it came in yesterday for me. This is a GameCube component cable, remanufactured. This is from Insurrection, Carby Insurrection, I don't know. But it's a GameCube component cable. This was $90. It does come with BNC connectors on there, so then you can do PVMs and shit. But it also comes with the connectors to do, you know, RCA jacks. I hooked this up. I played F-Zero, Star Fox, Gotcha Force, and I think I put in Sunshine for a minute too. Just, you know, like 20 minutes each just to test them out. I mean, I had an HD GameCube at one point, but to finally have the ability to play, you know, the real way, like I can play on a retro TV now, the way those games were intended to be played with component cable. Like, so I'm very grateful that they made these. This, from what I read, this is a one batch order that they're making. So if you want these, you need to get on the internet and buy them now. They're $90, which is kind of pricey, but I mean, that, you know, pretty on par with most of the component cables for these retro consoles. So yeah, this is, in my opinion, definitely worth it. If you're a GameCube aficionado, you're not going to pay $350 for the official ones, which is asinine. But so I got those. We got the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and I got the Dreamer edition. So this is the American limited edition. We didn't get the great one that Europe got, and Russia, and basically the whole rest of the world got the awesome one, and we got this kind of, admittedly, kind of crappy one. I like the box. Box looks cool. Nice artwork on the front. Kind of wish it didn't have all this stuff on the front, on the bottom, and just was the picture. And then on the back you got that, and you know, all that good stuff. The art book in here, definitely, if you were like a big fan of this game like I am, the art book was kind of a must. I walked into my Best Buy. Oh God, I almost dropped it. I walked into my Best Buy and just happened to ask, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I got one left." And I was like, "All right, hook a brother up," and he did. And then I got the 20% off, and yada yada yada. My GCU actually runs out at the end of October, so I'm kind of pissed about that. So yeah, I blew through this. I played this in about 2 weeks after I bought it. I got it launch day. Phenomenal game. Amazing art style, the sound, I mean, this is not my favorite Zelda game. Wind Waker definitely is. And then Wind Waker is definitely my favorite. I don't know really how to. I don't know. I love Majora's Mask, and then I also like Minish Cap. And Ocarina of Time's pretty good, and Breath of the Wild's pretty good as well. And this one's definitely up there. I don't know how to categorize all the other ones, but I really love Wind Waker, and I really love this one as well. This was, when I got this, I was, I think 10 at the time. For the Game Boy Color is when I got it. That would have been 99, 2000-ish time frame. All my friends had N64s. They were all playing Ocarina of Time, having a great time. All I had at the time was Super Nintendo. I was the lame kid that had Super Nintendo, and everyone had N64s. However, my parents did buy me a Game Boy Color because I think they were only $100 back in the day, which really cheap for a handheld if you look at now where Switch is like $300. But yeah, so I saw that they had a Zelda game for the Game Boy game. I still remember going to the store. It was the day after my birthday of, it was either 99 or 2000, so it would have been the end of September. And I remember going to the EB Games. It was EB Games still at this time in the mall. The store's still there, and it's still it's a GameStop now, but it was EB Games. And I just remember seeing the Zelda game, and I was like, oh man. And like in my child brain, I thought that it was like Ocarina of Time, but like on the Game Boy. I mean, it is in a sense because it's still Zelda, but like I thought that it was like a crappy version of Ocarina of Time. So I was just so excited to play it, and I just have a lot of good memories with Link's Awakening, and I was blown away when they announced this and showed the footage of it. And this is what I always imagined this game looked like when I was a kid, man. I really did, and I had an absolute blast playing this game. I really did. It was just absolutely fun. I didn't 100% the game. I used a guide to beat the game. The last couple dungeons were kind of difficult. They were just too much. The last two dungeons specifically are pretty difficult. The 7th dungeon is kind of maze-like, and then the last dungeon's like a fire dungeon, or like lava and fire and shit. Or was that vice versa? I don't know. 7 and 8 were pretty tough. There is a Game Boy Color dungeon, which was on the Game Boy Color, the DX version, and then they also put it in here. I didn't find it, so I didn't play it, I assume. So I might have to do another playthrough and find it, or I guess find it on my actual save file that I had. But, oh, excuse me. But yeah, I had an absolute blast with that. These are all the pickups for October, middle of October into September. I am going out game hunting with Baltimore Retro Gaming this weekend, so that should be pretty fun. Definitely going to record, I guess, our finds with him, and I guess he might as well, or I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure that out with him. But yeah, this is all the pickups, like I said, and I'm working on a couple other videos. I find myself having less and less time as I get older, and obviously that shows because I'm just not making as many videos anymore. I'm doing my best to get back to where the channel was with things that are hindering me from making the videos as a whole, and then really just as a whole. I'm not going to get into why, but there's a very good reason why I can never make videos, and it sucks because I really want to. This really puts a smile on my face to make videos and talk to people about games and just all that good stuff, and it sucks that I can't, but I do appreciate everyone sticking with me in the time of me not making a ton of videos. The channel will go back to the way it was at one point. I promise you it will. It's just going to take some time. I'm thinking a few more months, and then it should be back to the way I need to, that I can get things rolling the way I want to with the channel, and then the channel will be hopefully the way I always wanted it to be. And I do have a pretty good giveaway that I'm going to do. It's going to be kind of a 2,000 sub. Well, I'm still really quite far away from that, but well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just make it like a 1,500 sub giveaway / like sorry for not making a lot of content for the last couple of months. Well, really, it's probably been like a good 6 months since I haven't really been making a lot of content, and there is a good reason for it. I'm not going to go into it, but like I said, I ordered something that's a nice giveaway that realistically should and will probably only go to the loyal viewers of mine who actually watch all my content, which is where I would want the giveaway to go to, is to somebody who actually watches and enjoys the stuff that I do make. And yeah, so that giveaway well, it's still in the mail. I ordered 2 of them, one for me and then one to give away. And then I think there was actually like a manufacturing delay on them. It's a limited thing, so it's pretty cool. It definitely relates to the content that I make. So hopefully it'll go to somebody who really will enjoy the game. And I'm excited to give it away because it's something that sold out really fucking fast. So definitely look forward to that, guys, and that'll probably be in the next pickups video that I can show it and then show that I'm giving one away. So look forward to that, guys. As always, peace out for now. Until next time.